Well, okay, ladies, put down your favorite food and cancel that trip to the mall.
Absolutely, because if you're having a rough day, reaching for the old standbys to make it better, well, just don't do that. We've got a fun way to turn that frown upside down.
Yeah, forget the Ben & Jerry's. You just need some sex. Haven't you heard?
Say it again, girl.
We actually talk about sex a lot.
All the time.
We won't go into what we talk about. But seriously, we want to introduce you to our personal therapist, Lindsay Walden, who's here to talk about sex and how it really can fix just about all your problems.
Yes, and that's why we're
Hi.
here. And Matt is over there, Lindsay.
Oh,
that's
okay.
why. Yes, because he is going to be taking notes throughout this interview.
Awesome.
We would agree. You have a baby at home. I've got a teenager. I'm married, just bought a house. Stress in the world, it's just on everybody. So how does sex play a role in that area?
Well, if you think about it, when you have a connection with someone, an intimate connection, and you kind of have that space that you can share, it can really offer a great reprieve from the world, you know, the stress and the stuff that we have to deal with. And sometimes just having that intimate connection with another person can really just give us a little break.
Ooh, big break. Hot
A big break, maybe.
Because usually we hear, oh, you need to have sex to help your intimacy in your relationship. But we're now talking about how this can pretty much help you in every area of your life.
Absolutely. Well, it can definitely help with the intimate connection. Sometimes I'll even have couples schedule a date night, maybe not necessarily to have sex, but to be intimate with one another, free of kids, free of responsibilities, no bill talk,
Because the women need that to get into the mood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Matt, you hear that?
Women need, hold on, you guys are going to have to slow down.
Now, and here's the one that really kind of made me perk up, because when we think about the self-esteem movement and how we're supposed to feel better about ourselves, I didn't think that sex was a part of that, but you say it is.
Well, think about, you know, we all want to feel wanted. We want to feel like
True.
someone is attracted to us and that we are sexy. And so if we share that intimate connection with someone we care about, it's going to just aid that. It's going to make us feel that much more attractive and sexy, and it can definitely, you know, boost that self-esteem. It's like, oh, I'm feeling good about myself
So
today.
it helps us relieve stress, boost the self-esteem, but it also helps you pretty much get in a better mood, maybe if you've been feeling down.
Absolutely. There's all kinds of hormones that are released through the body. I mean, I'm sure most people have heard about like the serotonin and what that does, and so it's like the feel-good hormone. There are some other ones that are released that kind of make us feel closer to the partner, the intimate connection that we share, and just can kind of make us feel more relaxed and just generally more stable. And so if couples are not engaging in sexual activity, sometimes we'll talk about why and what we can do to reunite that spark.
Apparently the class is growing.
Gathering a crowd.
If you need more paper, let us know. And this is the one that we would all imagine, right? That sex would deepen the connection between you and your partner.
Absolutely. It's that, you know, if you're engaging that intimacy, it's one of those things that it builds on that trust and the feelings that you share with that other person. And, you know, it's going to make it less likely that you're going to be looking outside for those things. Because if they're getting filled up by the person that you care the most for and that you want to have that connection with, it can help aid in not feeling like, oh, I want to go out and do this with somebody else.
Yeah, it's not being alone in your own home.
Okay, but here's my question. I know all these things are going to improve if I have sex. What happens if you just don't have the mojo because you're tired, you just had a baby, your hormones are depleted because maybe you're feeding that baby, that kind of thing?
Or you're working 10 or 11 hours a day.
Or maybe that, yeah.
Sure. Well, that kind of goes back to the idea of scheduling. And it's kind of like, think about all the things we schedule in life. We schedule hair appointments, doctor's appointments.
Oil change.
Exactly. And so if you have a scheduled time or day or time of day that you're going to get with that person, yes, you may feel exhausted and tired, but if you know, I'm going to make this happen. I'm not going to just let it go by and like, oh, I'm too tired to do it right now. We'll do it later. And you only cancel and reschedule if you have to, like you would an oil change or a doctor's appointment, and then you reschedule.
What do you say to your patients who might say, that's not necessarily romantic to schedule it?
Well, think about that. So we schedule everything else, but if you know Saturday night at 7 o'clock I get a date with the person that I'm the most attracted to, you can spend all week thinking about it. You can text back and forth and talk about it.
I like that.
You can utilize some of the time in between to kind of get amped up for it, we'll say.
Yeah. And I almost said I find, just kind of like when you are getting back into the gym, the more you work out, the more you kind of want to. I think the more you start having sex, the more you want to, and the more frequent it can happen. Yeah.
Especially if there's been a lull in the sex life or the spark, and you know, right at first it is going to feel a little strange maybe to schedule it and to be very intimate. We hope so. We hope so.
And welcome to Getting Your Mojo Back. Thank you so much, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Well, we want to hear, if you want to hear rather more from Lindsay Walden, she's a therapist with Kerr Counseling Associates. We've put a link to her wonderful website at greatdaystlouis.com.
And we are actually taking the sex talk to Facebook today.
Of course.
We want to know about the best, worst, or most bizarre sex advice you've ever received. So get on Facebook and let us know, and we will read some of those comments a little bit later.
I'm a little nervous.
Matt, are you up to date?
I'm putting a small pamphlet together here for the fellas at the station. Top on the list, sex fixes anything. Down towards the bottom, the more you have, the more you want.
Yes.
I'm not sure how we got
but
from
start with
one to the
text
other.
messages. Don't forget the
Right.
romance.
And there's something about in
schedule
here
it.
about how Carol and Virginia have their own personal sex therapist.
I did introduce Lindsay by saying, we said this is our therapist.
I was going to say, she's mine.
You're very bold. Carol's kind of the staff.
It's all right. It's all right.
Okay, I don't know if we really can top what just happened here, but we're going to try. There's a lot more Great Day coming up, and coming up next.